Hangman Adam Page, arguably one of the most complex, one of the most intriguing, interesting, and yet overall just very ominous characters in all of professional wrestling. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Troy Yeager, and we are back again, guys. Another one, back again with another lit video. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive, hard look into Hangman Adam Page's second world title reign. You guys know the whole gist, you know the whole story. Hangman Adam Page went ahead to win the AEW World title against Jon Moxley in this year's All In main event, arguably one of the greatest main events in All In history. Hangman Adam Page then went on to have a very good but yet very short title reign. Although a lot of people have criticized it with the length and why did it need to end so abruptly, so I feel like there's a much bigger story to tell now with the recent character, or should I say the recent update in this whole storyline with him and Swerve Strickland, who I'm going to get to in a bit. But today we're going to be taking a hard look at his second world title reign. We're going to be looking at his title defenses, and we're going to be looking overall at his ending feud. Not ending feud, but more of the end of his second world title reign at the hands of a very, very legendary veteran in Samoa Joe. Let's get right into it. This second world title reign positioned Hangman Adam Page as the top babyface in all elite wrestling. Again, this whole title reign needed to cement Hangman Adam Page as the face of AEW. This world title reign cemented him in that position. It gave him a chance to run with the title and have very prominent world title defenses against all up-and-comers. His first title defense came soon at Forbidden Door in August of 2025 when he defended the world title against MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. I don't know why I repeated it, but you guys get the gist. I should say it's one of my favorite all-time. It's one of my favorite title defenses from his title reign. The match itself was absolutely fire, even though it gotten a little bit wonky with the whole finish and all that stuff. But it's something to like mind of, you know what I'm saying though. But yeah, Page's run was supposed to be like a long-term redemption arc involving resolving his conflict with Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. A few honorable mentions that I have forgotten to mention in the video: Cal Fletcher, Lee Moriarty, two of the other title defenses that he's made. The most notable one was Cal Fletcher at All Out. Absolutely incredible matchup. Substance, it gave a lot of story. It wasn't just like a mixed match of matches so that he can have just for the sake of having a match. The challenges and criticisms being during the world title reign. You know, there's always have to be considerable amount of criticism when it involves Hangman Adam Page's world title reign. First and foremost, I have to generally take to address this. Obviously, it's an obvious thing. His recent world title loss against Samoa Joe. Why did they have to end it so early? They could have waited until a whole year for him to lose the title to properly Will Ospreay. That's still an opt for, people have been wanting Will Ospreay to have his moment at All In, which is going to be in London next year. But this suddenly ended. The world title reign suddenly ended at Full Gear this year when Hook surprisingly interfered in the match and cost Hangman Adam Page the world title match. A lot of people online have been criticizing it, saying as to why they would end the world title reign so abruptly so. But I feel like there's a much bigger story. Again, we curve back to Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page both had a very monumental moment at All In when Swerve Strickland decided to help Hangman Adam Page defeat Jon Moxley for the AEW World title. Now recently at Full Gear, after the match, Swerve Strickland returned from injury after his match with Okada at this year's Forbidden Door. Samoa Joe thought to himself that Swerve Strickland was just there to get back at Hangman Adam Page, but that wasn't the case, as Swerve Strickland fend off against the ops and helped out Hangman Adam Page, which was an absolutely crazy visual to see. And it's just, I swear, people are now calling this the Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page's team up as the Power Trip. You guys know the Power Trip? It's obviously a very cold reference to Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin's previous Power Trip back then in the Attitude Era. And I could definitely see it, but I know people are gonna say, well, why you want to compare that Timu, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes team up? That's another thing. People are comparing this to a Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns team up, but they're adding the Timu to it. So that's just, you know how people are. But I want to talk about why this world title reign matters and what it represented. This second title reign for Hangman Adam Page was more than just another title reign. It symbolized a redemption arc from troubled storylines, near misses, to a violent, hard-earned return back to the top. It also gave AEW a chance to become recentered around a popular gritty babyface who had history, emotional stakes, and connections to bigger storylines, that including Swerve Strickland. But it came to an abrupt end via interference and a much debated finish, including the much debated finish was the whole Hook situation where he interfered in the match. It left many fans conflicted. Some felt like Hangman Adam Page's reign was cut short. I should say I would kind of agree but yet disagree at the same time. Felt like it really did do a whole lot of... It added more layers to the story itself. I mean, yes, I don't know why it had to end like that. They could have still continued on with it, Maybe Samoa Joe might have had another chance, another crack at the world title again. But I felt like it wouldn't make as much sense because he would have already beaten him twice for the world title. But now, with Swerve Strickland now in the fray, it added more of a story. It added more layers to it. Now added on, and it's crazy to even think that these are the same three guys that were at last year's Revolution main event. Not main event, because the main event was Sting's retirement match. We're in the event, and all three of these guys are the same guys that were vying for the world title reign. So you could already tell that the story is there. Now we're going to be getting a Ops versus Hangman and Swerve storyline, and I'm absolutely here for it. I'm here for it. But we have to understand, in the light of the world title reign, it is most likely to be remembered as what could have been world title reign, a high potential chapter that might have needed more time or stronger booking to truly shine. And I can also agree with that. It needed more time, it needed more, it needed more essence to it. But again, I should say it did serve its purpose. Now at least we could get like a new heel champion, a much better heel champion than Jon Moxley's Death Rider storyline world title reign has ever been. Because I do believe that Samoa Joe can actually carry this title to new heights. He can actually be a good heel champion who's required of a faction itself. So I do believe that AEW is gonna they're definitely using this as a reboot from the Death Rider storyline, how to properly do it right this time. So what else are we gonna add on? What else are we gonna see from this? Hopefully something much more authentic. It's much layered down, with the recent Dynamite that they had with Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland fighting side by side again. It's gonna be very interesting to see where this goes. But other than that, I just had to talk about this. I had to talk about this real quick. But yeah, man, we just have to see. This is clearly gonna be more updated throughout the weeks, so I'll probably be catching up on it. But without further ado, man, it's been your boy Troy Yeager. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today's episode. I know this is probably a short one, but I had to get this done. But there's more videos that are coming. Don't worry your butts. There's more videos that are coming. Just a little bit of a warm-up stage currently. But yeah, man, without further ado, it's been your boy Troy Yeager signing out. Deuces.